About a year ago we had a lockdown and I wasn't allowed out to make any films, but I was allowed out to exercise, and so I made some walking videos of where I was exercising, and people seem to quite like those, and I've been asked for a few more. So since I've moved house recently, I've got a brand new daily route. I thought I'd show it to you. Marianne's come with me and we're going to show you my daily walk. It's quite pretty. I think you'll enjoy it. Let's go. So we start our walk in the Enchanted Forest. And it's called the Enchanted Forest because Marianne and I have walked in here several times and got completely lost. Even when you know you're heading in a certain direction, you actually find out you're somewhere completely different. So we're pretty sure it's enchanted.
That or we're idiots.
Or yeah, possibly, I suppose. I had never considered that.
No.
I found the spell can be overcome by GPS mapping. But other than that, you'd be in here forever. But it is extremely pretty. This is what it looks like. So my walks have to achieve three things. They have to be good exercise, so some decent hills in there somewhere, which Marianne's looking forward to. That's a face that says it all. They have to be scenic, which this one I think really is, and they have to try and stay off main roads as much as possible, which this route I think does pretty well. So a lot of variety, a lot to see, and I hope you enjoy it. Okay, so we are on the first uphill bit, which of course is part one of the three things we need to achieve, and it leads us to part two, which is an absolutely spectacular view, which we'll come to shortly. But this is a bit of a climb, and then this is a bit of a path. Good morning.
Morning.
Hello doggy, hello. Okay, here we go for another big bit of uphill, but you'll find out very shortly why it's worth it. It's pretty though, isn't it? Really pretty. What I haven't done is tell you where we are, and where we are is Paignton, which is down in South Devon. It's in the southwest of England, and it's actually a very pretty place. I'm going to see quite a lot of it, so stick with us. So up here we crest our first big hill and we get our first reward, which is the first view. Not straight away. First thing we get is this meadow, which is rather pretty. Here we go, out of the Enchanted Forest and into the meadow. So just up here is where we burst out for our first view. Are you ready for this? Cut through this little bit. Look at these wonderful roots of these trees. Where the soil's been eroded away. Oh, try to fall over. Here we go. Look at this. What you're looking at there is Torbay in all its glory. Now I can explain to you now where we're going to go, because we're going to go down this path right down to the seafront, which is down over that way around there, and then it's a couple of miles along the seafront all the way along there. There's Paignton Harbour, around Paignton Harbour, up onto that headland, right around that headland, down the other side of it, just briefly, and then back up. That goes another big hill, over the top, back down, and then there's a really lovely park we come through, and then there's also Old Way Mansion, which you can just about see. It's hiding behind the rotunda at the moment. Another one of these little copses to go through. You can see it's the Enchanted Forest. Look at the signposts. Yeah, it's a bit of a sign, isn't it? Or not, as the case may be. Ba-boom tish. Okay, no, it's not really working out, but Old Way Mansion is just in through there. We'll see it much better when we get close to it. Let's carry on down here. Look at the water glistening. Beautiful. So we're all downhill now, story of my life, to the seafront, and then we follow that path that I just mentioned. But this meadow to cross first. We've just stopped to show you some amazing plants and some positive phototropism.
Yep, they're on the right.
So
the plant's growing sideways,
Uh-huh.
therefore it will bend towards the light, bend upwards to make sure it catches as much sunlight as possible.
see that one there? It's gone like that and then up. I suspect probably it was going upright and then fell over and then changed direction.
Correct.
That's obviously what's happened there, isn't it?
Yeah.
But you can see these ones that didn't fall over. They're spectacular plants.
We don't know what they are though.
We don't know what they are. We're going to find out. They might look good at Aquaholic Towers. So this is where we exit the meadow and we head onto the road. So there's a brief bit of road work, as it were, and then we're back off-road again, which is what this is all about. So we go through here. There's a kissing gate. Sorry about that. There we go. And to make sure we don't get run over. Oh, there's a car coming. A lesser known Suzuki Swift. There we go. And we'll put Marianne on the inside because she does tend to wander if left unchecked. She's an Irish girl, she's not really used to the traffic. Often find her walking down the middle of the road to sort of shepherd her back in again. But she's quite safe there on the inside.
I'd like to be free.
She's like to be free. Oh! What does the note say?
It says, please don't leave dog poop for others to tread on. Clean it up, thank you. Fair enough.
Oh yeah.
We can argue with that.
We are suffering a lot of that recently. Dogs in the UK have suddenly become the thing to have. Lots of people have them. Many responsible dog owners look after them beautifully, but rather more than a few now who don't. So let's just say you have to be careful where you tread. It's a bit of a shame, but...
That's good. Very sad. Here's more of these plants.
Oh, where?
Straight ahead.
Oh, yes. Now this is a really lovely house actually, where this caravan is, because where the attic is, they've actually cut it away on the other side to make a balcony. And then they've got this view you can probably see down between the two houses. So they've got this amazing rooftop terrace on it. It's absolutely fantastic. It's up for sale, so if you look on Rightmove, you'll find it. And it's a lovely house. But these are these plants. We don't know what they are, so if anybody knows, let us know.
I can make something else.
They're beautiful, aren't they?
Incredible.
Yeah. There we go, that's that rooftop terrace. Look at that. And their view then, we can't quite see it from here now because this house is in the way, but they have an incredible view of the sea. I think that's rather special. Anyway, it was up for sale, but it's sold now, so you're too late if you want to buy that one. Cockington Lane, I'm saying nothing. See, you see what happens. Now we have to shepherd her back in. Here we go. There we are.
It's actually a busy road and I have no desire to die.
She's reasonably obedient, you've just got to keep an eye on her. Here's a wonderful palm tree. Fantastic. And we can see the sea glistening down here. That's where we're aiming for currently. As I say, this is one of the areas that's a main road. We don't have very much of this on this walk. Okay, we're in the thick of Preston now, but look at these lovely old buildings with these canopies over them. Fantastic. Now, this is a railway bridge here. This is where the trains coming into Paignton go over. And you'll be able to see now, hopefully, just where that car's coming out on the other side of that, is Preston seafront. And you can also see on the horizon cruise ships. We'll see a lot more of those in just a moment. Because at the minute, while cruise ships are not being used, owing to the COVID pandemic, a lot of them are parked up in Torbay. There are other places as well, but we've got a fair few down here. We're going to have a look in just a second. Here we go, take a look at this. Let's go over onto here. These are beach huts. You can rent or buy these, and they're little huts you can come down to and you keep your towels and your deck chairs and somewhere to make a cup of tea. And these are the cruise ships. So Torquay is over there, and then we've got a cruise ship on the horizon, another one here, two more there, another one there. And so what we've got, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've had, I think, up to about 8 in here, and there's probably some more around the corner. And this then is where we're walking next. This is Preston seafront. You can see Paignton Pier, and right over there is the headland that we're going around. But this is a beautiful beach. Tide's quite well in at the minute. This gets a lot bigger when the tide goes out, and we'll see there's more beach then further on. Let's go and have a walk along here. This is so refreshing, walking along here of a morning and listening to the water. It's just beautiful. These are these beach huts in action. You can see there's one open over there. So people can come down here, keep all their gear here, have to cart it all up and down every time. It's a really nice idea. And look at this, a few people in the water, very brave. Kids playing on the beach. It's just lovely. What a lovely scene. Now we have the tide fairly well in at the minute. This beach is normally a lot bigger, a lot bigger. And you can walk around this headland and carry on down. It's well over a mile of beach. Today we can't because the tide is in. So we're going to have to go up and along the road and then join the seafront on the other side of this little promontory. This wonderful hotel with sort of castellettes around it, makes it look like a castle. That's the Red Cliff Hotel. Nice position. Worth mentioning as well that the sea is normally calmer than this. We've had a bit of an easterly wind here recently, so it's picked up a bit of swell across Lyme Bay. When we get southwesterlies, which are the prevailing conditions, this is pretty much flat calm. Well, it's not rough by any stretch of the imagination, but it is a bit wavier than normal. So this is back onto the main road for a short distance. And here we go. So these barriers are not a sign of a local Grand Prix, they're just there because COVID. This is the Red Cliff Hotel from the other side. Very nice, very nice. I've never stayed there, I have no idea if it's any good or not, but it's certainly very well positioned. These are wonderful trees. Now one thing I noticed around Paignton is we get a lot of buildings that are built out of this sort of red sandstone type material. It's really interesting, I've not seen them anywhere else. You can see the sort of the brickwork, it's not like conventional bricks, it's just big shaped stones really. And you'll notice that our sand is also very red down here. It's all to do with the rock that was here that obviously crumbled to make the sand in the first place. It's a very redstone kind of an area. Here we go. Yeah, you can see what I mean. Rather than being golden coloured, it's more sort of a reddy colour really. But this is back onto the seafront, and we've now got a mile of seafront along here, and Paignton Pier. Now you might be thinking we're a little light on people on the beach. It is in fact just gone 9 o'clock in the morning, and it's midweek on a working week, so the weekend particularly and later in the day this gets reasonably busy. It's never packed, but at the minute very quiet, so it's a nice time to be down here. Love these VWs, fantastic. That's a bay window on the right and a split screen on the left. So this then is Paignton Pier. It's amusements mainly. There's some slides on the end of it as well. But you can't have a seaside without a pier, can you? Cafe at the end of it. In fact, the thing to know about the cafe is that my first proper job was in the summer holiday working in Paignton Pier Cafe. I earned £1 an hour, and in my first week I earned £73. That's how many hours I did. It was just exhausting. I was table clearing and dishwashing in this place here. That is where I learnt the meaning of hard work. We're going to have a look and see if the pier's open, see if we can show it to you. I think it is. There we go. So we're walking on the pier. It's not part of the normal walking route, I hasten to add, but worth having a look at.
We look forward to seeing you again very soon.
Hey Marianne, do you think we can get in here, both of us? That's a Bugatti. That's as close as I'm ever going to get. Paignton Pier in all its glory. So that's the amusement arcade, so we're going to give that a miss, and we're going to walk down here instead. There we go, look at this.
Metro wooden decking.
It's fabulous, isn't it?
Beautiful thing. I've never been down here.
Yeah, it's great. It's a lovely view from the end. So we're now directly over the water. I don't know how well you can see this. Let's have a little look. Let's do that one. Yeah, you might see it glinting, but yeah, we're actually walking. I always see it better from here, of course. We're now over the sea. That's where we just walked along. Fantastic, isn't it? And then we come right down the end here. Oh, someone's hit the jackpot. Ka-ching. Here we go, out onto the end. Marianne's found a new friend. Can't tell you apart. Yeah, fair enough. Morning. Here we go. Looks like it's closed at the end for the moment. They'll obviously open this up in a bit, and then they'll have these slides going at the end. Actually, the slide's not there at the moment, is it? There's normally a big inflatable slide down here. So, oh, sorry. There we go. And that over there is Paignton Harbour, which is where we're going next, and out round that headland there, and then down to the other side. Cool, huh? Now, if I had £1 coin, I'd have a go at this. Drive your own radio controlled truck. Let's come down this way a bit, might be able to see a bit better. There we go. Fantastic. If you're a fan of the A-Team, you'll appreciate this. Well, that's lovely, isn't it?
It really is.
Proper old English pier.
Yeah.
Onwards. She's thinking about it. She's thinking about it. World's smallest railway.
Isn't that the cutest thing?
That's fantastic.
It goes round in a teeny tiny loop.
That's so cute.
But then there's this.
Uh-huh. Oh, look at that. That is fantastic.
Isn't that lovely?
Yeah, yeah. They're all lovely actually, aren't they? A ride-in recycling lorry. There's a sign of the times. Oh, and a boat for me. Oh, hello.
You know who this dude is?
No.
Ego Pigo.
Wow.
If you had little children, you'd be sickened with Ego Pigo.
Morning. Bit of appropriate music. Yeah, this is where I worked. My first proper job. I know there should be a plaque on the wall, shouldn't there?
Surely.
Yeah, you'd imagine so, wouldn't you? Okay, back to the walk. We've got the fair in at the moment. It's over here. Rather faster rides. Let's take a step down here. And we're back on the seafront.